people have talents, people can do a lot, but a lot of them end up leaving this earth with the gifts, the talent untapped, unused. You're possibly listening to me right now. That's what is happening to you. You are probably complaining. You've complained years in, year out. When I got to the lecturing level, I also was asking strange questions with my colleagues. Like, I was like, this knowledge of 8 years that I've been in the lecturing industry, is there anything tangible I could do out of the knowledge? Assuming for a minute, I've been told not to teach and I'm not going to pay for it. And if I'm pushed that way, is there anything I can do with the knowledge? Right then, I discovered that I might not be able to do anything much, because the kind of knowledge I was impacting on within these 8 years doesn't really have the weight for me to act. It's just theoretical kind of knowledge that is not relevant. Even looking at the society, you might not even be able to see how you apply it to immediate solve people's problem. Now guys, yesterday I was having a session with one of my amazing mentor, and it happens that he helped me make a lot of meaning and a lot of sense to some of the things I'm doing on the media here. Seriously, I told you guys that a lot is going to happen. It's already happening, and much more is going to happen. Okay, I'm so excited. The reason being that I can literally see into the future. And that's why sometimes, ordinarily looking at me like this, a lot of people would think that, oh, this guy is talking about how to become a billionaire. He doesn't look like it. You are right. You are right. But the truth is, I am not living myself now. Like, I'm not literally, you are not seeing me for who I am. You are just seeing the condition around me at the moment. But for me, I am already far in the future, 10, 15, 20, 50 years to come. That's where I am living. So you can see the reason why my pattern of thinking, my kind of words or things I say might not really make any sense to you, especially now. And I tell people that, look, with time, you will scroll back to these videos and will like, wow, he said it. And there's nothing new about it. It's just how the life is designed for those who can see beyond them, who can actually try to make sense out of their future self. Okay, now, like I said, that my mentor made me to understand a lot even about myself. Do you understand? That's why I encourage you guys to get a mentor to start with. He said something that made me to bring meaning into what I am doing. In fact, to start with the title. For example, he was like, what's your content about? What are you really trying to showcase? He also helped me to suggest that looking through your content, you are inspiring possibilities. You are trying to make people realize who they are and then how they could make wealth out of it. So it's now okay. You need to package it well and make sure that you look like it. Of course, that's one of his advice. So now, there and then, my brain was able to gather a title, and the title was Inspiring Possibilities for Living Beyond Survival. This is amazing. Like, I noticed that people are really amazing. People have talent. People can do a lot. But a lot of them end up leaving this earth with the gifts, the talent untapped, unused. You are possibly listening to me right now. That's what is happening to you. You are probably complaining. You've complained years in, year out. 5 years, you are still there. 10 years, you are still there. I told a lot of you that I was a lecturer. I was a classroom teacher. And that's why the way I was thinking then while I was in the classroom, it's crazy. Because the things I say doesn't resonate with my mates, like my colleagues, my teaching mates. And when I got to the lecturing level, I also was asking strange questions with my colleagues. Like, I was like, this knowledge of 8 years that I've been in the lecturing industry, academic. So I was like, is there anything tangible I could do out of the knowledge? Assuming for a minute, I've been told not to teach and I'm not going to pay for it. Then if I'm pushed that way, is there anything I can do with the knowledge? Right then, I discovered that I might not be able to do anything much, because the kind of knowledge I was impacting on within these 8 years doesn't really have the weight for me to act. It's just theoretical kind of knowledge that is not relevant. Even looking at the society, you might not even be able to see how you apply it to immediate solve people's problem. And the world has gone beyond that. Listen to me. I was telling somebody that instead of me to have gone for master's degree, I would have taken time to read just 5 financial books. And the person was like, what do you mean? Yes, you will not understand. That's why I say I'm living in the future. And some of the things I'm saying is very ambiguous. I can understand with you. You will never understand me because you can't see what I am seeing. But what I'm encouraging you to do is you need to see something for yourself. And until then, that's when you can now understand why I say some of the things I say. I was listening to Dr. Cosmos Maduka, and that's one amazing thing. And that's one of the things you might need to do. As much as it's very uncomfortable, right? You need to start listening to people who already arrived or probably where you want to be. Do you understand? So I have a set of people like that online that every post I have to read word to word and try to make meaning to what they say, even though it doesn't make sense. The first time I picked up a book written by Robert Kiyosaki, that Rich Dad Poor Dad, he said a lot of things that doesn't resonate with me. Like, I don't understand what you are saying. And one of it, let me remind you that he said, wealthy people don't work for money, money work for them. Probably you understand this, but then I can tell you for a fact that I don't understand what that means. If I don't work for money, I was like, how can I feed? Like, I might just be working. Yes, so there's a lot of principles like that, but that's the truth. If you really want to build wealth, you don't work for money. It is money that works for you. That's not for this video. But what I'm saying in essence is, I want to tell you 3 things before I end this video. 3 things you need to bear in mind if you really want to be successful. Really want to be successful, right? Sometimes it's not really a money thing, right? Like for a lot of people, we think, you want to make a lot of money. No, there's something beyond money. Maybe you can call it wealth, because for wealth, include your health, include your impact, the legacy, the money involved, of course, your whatever it is. Your relationship, how amazing people you have around you, how many people you are inspiring, to be able to discover themselves. And by the way, let me tell you one of the most interesting definitions of success that I've heard. There are those people who are able to discover who they are, and within those who they are able to build it by learning, and then finally are able to deploy it as a product or services to solving people's problems in the society. Henry Ford has capped it up to say that those are, the knowledgeable people are those who are able to transform those thoughts, those talents into product and services, into reality that could help people in the society. Am I right? Now listen to me carefully. I said 3 things. Number 1, building a kind of what we call attracting personality. Listen to me carefully. These are the 3 things that I found out that if you can do this, money, whatever you want will submit itself to you. You don't need to go after money. I've said this, over and over again. It is money that should come after you. And how do you do that? You need to build attracting personalities that is good enough to attract wealth to you. Let me give you an example. Have you noticed where you have a garden where, the flowers are beautiful, they are bearing fruit and all of that. Now what happened? People, other insects have to come to pet on it, which literally you wouldn't have found them there. Now, what happened? Without the garden or whatever, you are not going to see them there. So you need to build yourself so that you look like wealth. And that's why I am not bothered for the fact that I am not looking billions, but I have billions in my vibes. I have billions in my head. I have listened to a lot of billionaires and I understand the formula. Do you understand? So it's left for you to really understand, because it's just a matter of time, like I said. Once I finish building the personalities. By the way, these personalities are very long. I don't have time to mention, but let me give you a few. You need to be a credible person, Over the time, anybody that deal with you need to trust you, right? You need to be real. You need to be human. Like Daniel Priestley said that you need to be more human and what? Unscripted. You don't just be acting like the way they are doing on movies. You can't just be acting. People will get to notice. They will know that you are fake. You are fake. You need to be real. And that way, you can move into the people's mind. I told you guys time and time again that whatever you need, look, right now, I'm talking about billions. That billions I'm talking about is not going to be invented for me to become a billionaire. No. The wealth is already there. The people that have it, they are already there. I only need to fix myself to look billionaire before the billionaire can trust me enough to bring that money. Right? That's why I say the money is not the focus. Now, your personality is the focus. How many of you agree with this? Honesty. You need to build a lot of these vibes. Leadership, communication. In fact, this is the wealth itself. This is the real wealth. It's not about, even sometimes you can have skills. How many of people you see out there with, like, they have skills, they are really doing a job, but they are missing out. They are not wealthy. They don't have money. So the difference is you need to build that personality that can what? Attract your future self into the present. And like Dr. Olumide Emmanuel said that there's nothing like future. By the way, 5 years back, you were saying my future. The future is going to be bright. So how bright is it now? So now you're already building another future from now. So the present is equally the future. So for me, I'm already seeing the future. I'm living in it right now. What about you? For a lot of you will judge my video. Yes, don't worry, don't worry. I know the formula and it's going to play out. But then, when you come back, so number 2 is becoming a key person of influence. Like I said, anybody you touch should grow. Anybody that comes around you should live with a better experience than they met you. Give and give. There's no time to explain this. I can make another 1-hour video on how to become a key person of influence. But that thing, I've not seen any magic that is more than this. So just learn to give everything. Yes. So the more you give, the more you receive. The more you plant, the more you reap. The more. And guess what? Once you keep giving, you might not necessarily worry about receiving, but people still want to give you. Are you learning? Are you learning? The last but not the least, of course, there are many of them. I just pointed this out just for this video. Now you need to learn how to build a generational wealth that lives beyond you. Legacy. And you can't do this by just, like one of the ways I want to define this is you need to be a transformational leader. Transformational leader instead of transactional leader. You don't look at people as what can I get from them? No. What can they get from you? And let me give you a secret. If you meet billionaires, people who are wealthy, even if you don't see the money in them, they will always want to give you first. How many of you have observed this? That's one. Second thing, if you meet real billionaires that already have the wealth or the money, and you happen to do them any favor, they feel indebted. They feel like they must pay you back. That's them. Do you know why? Because they are the caliber of people that they want to live beyond generations. And a lot of people are already doing that. It's not a new thing. It's not a magic. I keep telling people, destiny is in your hands. Whatever you need to craft out that destiny is already in your hands. God bless you with everything you need. But you are not using it. By the way, the video is getting longer. If you enjoyed this video, click on the help me hit on the like button, help me share. I know I am building this community. I'm going to help a lot of people. I want to give and give and give. Thank you so much for watching. I call myself the world's most influential entrepreneur and business coach from Africa, Nigeria to be precise. If you want to get in touch with me, it's okay. Anytime, any day. I welcome you. Until then, see you some other time.